What's up everybody, this is Mike again with Reynoso Auto Detailing. Today I'm going to be walking you through my mini detail process on this Tesla Model Y. So I already walked around the car, did my inspection, made sure all the damages were assessed, and now all the time I love to start off with the interior. I blow out the interior with this Tornador blowgun attached to my air compressor, making sure that all of this dirt and debris is getting blown up out of the carpets. So this blows air and agitates to pull up all the sand, everything like that. And then one thing I do love is these little remote buttons that they actually hook up to whatever tool it is that you're using. For example, in this case, it would be the air compressor. All I gotta do is a press of a button and we got the machine running. It's easy, it's simple. We don't have to go back to the van, turn everything on and off. This makes your life a lot easier. This and everything else I'm using in the video, you can check the links down below and you can pick these products up for yourself. So now that we finish up blowing up all of the dirt, debris, sand, everything like that, we got it loosened up from the carpets. Now we're gonna go in and vacuum all the loose debris. So I've had a lot of people ask me about this vacuum. A lot of people use a small rigid 4-gallon vacuums, but I feel like that just doesn't cut it because it's a residential unit, not a commercial unit. In this case, we are using a Vacuum-Aid, which is an industrial drum unit that actually produces a lot of power. I can hook up a hose reel that's 50 feet long. I don't have to take out any vacuum from my van. And then with this method, I have sufficient power in order to vacuum up an entire vehicle from a further distance. The vacuum is all the way in the van. I don't have to worry about it. If you do want to see a van tour, comment down below and we can do a full video just talking about the van and all the different machines, products, tools, and everything that we have in there. So a lot of people wonder, why do you only use a crevice tool even when you're doing like a full flat surface like this? Isn't it only for crevices? Well, actually no. A crevice tool is one of my favorite and usually most detailers' favorite tools because in this case, it gets the suction point down so small. So in that case, it really sucks all of the dirt, everything, all the debris, everything. It sucks it up a lot harder, right? So in that case, this small surface area that it's gonna be vacuuming up, to get it to pick up all of the dirt in this entire flat surface, we gotta move it very quickly from side to side. Not only is it better than a bigger tip because it has more suction, but in this case, because we're gonna be moving it side to side, as you can see, it's actually agitating all of the dirt as we're vacuuming, right? So it's gonna be picking up, making things easier to vacuum. So if you've learned something from this video, if you find this interesting, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you wanna see more, and let's keep moving on. So now that we blew out the interior, we vacuumed all the dirt up, all the debris. Now we're gonna wipe everything down. Now we're gonna get all these light surface level stains up out of all of the center console, the leather, the seats. So pretty much all the plastics, the interior plastics that we can wipe down and basically have them looking a lot better, right? In this case, we're gonna be using P&S Express Interior. This is one of my favorites because it is very dilutable, very cost efficient for what it is, and it just cuts through everything safely and effectively. Check the description below, you can find this in there and pick one up. And just like that, you see this side is black, this side is still yellow. You just see the difference in color already. This cleaner is a great cleaner just for wiping down interiors, or even, you know, doing a full interior detail where you're completely cleaning everything out. All, you know, stains, spills, dirt, grime. This is an excellent cleaner for all of that. So we finished up with the interior, vacuumed, wiped down. Everything is pretty much good to go. We're leaving the glass for last because I like to leave that all in one step. So now we're moving on to the exterior, and then with the exterior, we always start off with wheels and tires because they are the dirtiest part of the car. We want to clean the dirtiest part first. So, you know, instead of cleaning the paint first and then cleaning the wheels, having all the nasty grime dirt fly up on the paint when it's already clean, right? So we're gonna get the dirtiest part done first. In this case, you know, it's the wheels. So all the time I start off by rinsing off the wheels because they are usually pretty warm. You know, my clients are usually gonna be driving them here and there, you know, either in the morning and the afternoon. The rotors and the wheels will stay a lot hotter, especially in the warmer months. So all the time I start off with a good rinse, just to cool everything down a little bit, and then start off with cleaning the tire. So making sure that this tire is clean, degreased, and in this case we are using P&S Undressed Tire Prep. This is a pretty good tire cleaner that you can use for breaking down old tire shines, all the grease and grime from the road. As you can see, it is pretty dirty. in this pump sprayer. This is an IK Foam Pro 2. This one contains P&S Brake Buster, which is an excellent wheel and tire cleaner. It really cleans up, you know, dirty wheels, tires, and it doesn't have any iron removers in it. In this case, you know, it's better for like a maintenance type cleaning. It's not great, you know, for really messed up wheels, really bad wheels that haven't been cleaned in months. Usually you just need to go straight to acid. And so in that case, you know, we don't need to go to acid. In this case, this is the best product for this option. So I'll make sure, you know, to clean the fender wells, all the plastics in here that you can really see. All the stuff from the road that gets kicked up by the tires sticks up in these plastics and just looks really bad if you don't clean them. So I always make sure to clean up the fender wells. I clean up the emblem. I clean up the brake calipers with a smaller brush, especially because this is a performance model Tesla. These are red, and you can easily tell when they're dirty because they're not looking red anymore, they're looking brown. These easy detail brushes make cleaning so much simpler. This one is for wheelbarrows, so I can really get deep in there and make sure that everything in there gets cleaned out. We're not leaving behind dirty barrels. So this entire wheel, tire, the face, the fender wells is all gonna be clean. This is pretty much a standard cleaning in all of our detail services. Personally, for wheel faces and spokes, I like to use these auto fiber wheel mitts because they do split your hand in half basically. You can really get in between all of the spokes, especially in tighter spokes. A lot of people have tried different ones, but in my case, this is the one I stick to the most. Just like that, 2 minutes, we have a super clean wheel, clean wheel barrels, clean wheel face, tires, and fender wells, just like that. We're gonna move on to the other wheels, clean all the wheels up, and then from there, we'll move on to the paint. So most detailers like to use 2 buckets. I actually like to stick to just 1 bucket, because in this case, I use these auto fiber wash mitts that actually flip over. So total, we have 8 sides, and we don't have to come back and dunk and rinse and everything. So in that case, we just have 1 bucket, we save water, and I'm using P&S Pro Auto Shampoo for a soap. We can throw this in the foam cannon to start to break down all of the dirt, debris, grime on the paint, but we can also put this in the bucket. So it's a good lubricant for the paint as you're washing, making sure that the surface is lubricated and we're not gonna be scratching anything as we go along. So we foamed it up, rinsed down the foam with all of the existing dirt, grime, dust, everything on the paint that was sitting on top. We let that foam dissolve it, rinsed it off. So now I'm gonna foam it again just for some lubrication, and then we'll go into the hand wash. So now we have this wash mitt with 4 sides. I always start with the top, so the top is usually the cleanest and the dirtiest is usually the bottom, right? So I'm gonna start off with this one side, getting the whole roof done, the windshield, all of the glass. So in this case, this one side is taking up a lot of the beating on the glass, right? So now that I finished up on the glass, I'm gonna flip over, and now I'm flipping over. I'm gonna continue doing the top side. So now I'm gonna do all the painted surfaces on the top, which would be the hood, the A pillar, B pillar, the very small trunk on this car, and then I'm gonna finish up with the side windows. And that's 2 sides of this flip. Now we finish up the 2 sides. Now we have the whole side left. I'm gonna flip over. We got 2 more sides. So I did the top half of the front door and the top half of the front fender, and now I'm gonna do the bottom half of both. Okay, now that's one side, flip over again. Now we got a fresh clean side, and boom, just off of 1 wash mitt, no rinsing, no dunking in another bucket. We finished off the entire half of this car just off of 1 mitt. So we finished off the other half with the other wash mitt, so we had 2, right? So we finished off the left side, the right side, flipped it over again, rinsed it once, so they only get rinsed 1 time, just to finish the front and the rear bumpers, that's it. So they're completely clean, and now I'm finishing off with the final rinse, and then we can go into drying. So now, rinsed it off, we're going into drying with this beautiful big drying towel from the Rag Company. And this Infinite Honey Pot Mix, if you do follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this already. It's been very controversial, but it is a mix of 3 products from P&S. It is an interesting mix. You know, you can use it as drying aid, you can use it as a quick detailer, you can use it to wipe down door jambs. You can pretty much use it for everything, wiping down interiors, glass, whatever. If you're interested in learning more about it, I will be making a video on it. Comment down below if you are interested in seeing it. So I'll spray it on the surface, spray it in the towel. In that case, we got some good lubrication. We got some very good lubrication on this towel, so making sure that we don't get any scratching or marring while we are drying this car. So all the time, my main priority when drying First is actually the glass. A lot of people prioritize the paint when drying, but actually because the glass is a lot harder than paint, water spots will burn and etch into paint a lot harder, way faster than paint, right? So that is the one thing that I do focus on. You know, if there does happen to be any minerals left over in the water, it will be harder to remove from glass compared to paint. So I finished off towel drying the entire paint, all the glass, everything like that. But now what we have to do is blow all of the water out of these crevices. As you can see right here, it drips out of the mirrors, out of the wheels. So I'm gonna make sure to dry that with this blow car dryer. If you're located in LA, OC, IE, you can pick one of these up at Ace2O Auto Detail Supply. They have 3 locations, coming on 4, with the main location being on Covina. They have La Puente, they have Ontario, and pretty soon is Upland. So wherever you are, whichever one is closest to you, you can go pick one of these up. So again, we're using the honey pot mix, same thing I use on the paint for the drying aid. Same thing, we're gonna use this to wipe down the door jambs, get everything cleaned up, and make sure that these are also looking clean. Same thing with the outside and inside. We don't want to leave any part of this car not looking the best. So this is a mini detail. In this case, pretty much everything does receive a lighter surface level cleaning. So nothing is super deep cleaning, right? This is made for a little bit of a cleaner car, for somebody who's not really looking for super in-depth detail if the car really doesn't need it. In this case, this car is newer. It doesn't really need too much work. It doesn't really need a full interior cleaning, you know, steam cleaning, everything like that. A good vacuum wipe down will suffice. Another great thing you can pick up at Ace2O Auto Detail Supply are these little IK Mini 360 sprayers. In a circumstance like this, where this Tesla windshield is really hard to reach with a regular sprayer, because the bottom of where the sprayer is pulling up the liquid is not moving with the sprayer when it's angled like this, right? So this one can actually spray 360 degrees all the way up to here. You know, it can spray from the side, it can spray all the way upside down. So this really helps out with a hard windshield like this. So we can spray it whichever way it goes, we'll spray it and it will spray. So this really helps out with those difficult windshields. Makes glass cleaning a lot easier, especially on interiors. You can pick one of these up at your local H2O Auto Detail Supply. So I just finished cleaning up all the glass, wiped down the door jambs, wiped down the paint. The entire exterior is complete, the wheels are clean. All that's left to do is finish off with some nice tire shine. I like to spray it on in a paint sprayer, so I hook this up to my air compressor, and this compresses the air, sprays the tire shine evenly all over the tire, and then we get a smooth, even application throughout all 4 tires. So that was all for the mini detail process. If you saw my other video about my pricing, this one is currently at 85 for sedans. In this case, this one should be at least at 99. Takes roughly about an hour and a half for a car of this size. If you learned something new, if you thought this video was interesting, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And again, my name is Mike. If you're in the Temecula area and are looking to get your car detailed, you can go down in the description below. You can check us out on Instagram or check out the website at ReynosoAutoDetailing.com. And if you want to stay tuned, keep up with the business on a daily basis, you can follow me on Instagram at Reynoso Auto Detailing, everything lowercase. And if you want to watch our other YouTube videos about our pricing, you can click right here, somewhere around here. And also want to know how we do our interior steam detail, you can click somewhere around here. I'll see you guys on the next one.